Just like the street lights lit this town, like a fire in a blaze, gotta burn it down. Can't be afraid to leave this out. We got this far, don't know how. I see danger in your eyes. They know we'll burn down the night. Come in just like the sun.
This is Kevin Harlan alongside Brent Barry and Greg Anthony. We've got David Aldridge reporting from the sideline. We've got the Bucks taking on the Rockets. So the Rockets win the tip. Paul outside. Anthony in the corner. Out of bounds. Milwaukee takes possession. Tonight, two great backcourts facing off. Brent, how often do you get caught up in a showdown with another guard?
Well, for me, it didn't happen all that much, Kevin, unless I was playing John Barry.
Now
I got fired
right.
up.
I get you.
I think it's amazing when you have these matchups during the regular season and you look at maybe the rhythm of some of these guys coming into the game. Elite point guards, they have the ball in their hands. Sometimes they get caught up in that mano-a-mano duel. And as a shoe guard or somebody else playing with that player, it's really fun to watch.
You got to check yourself, though, don't you? You got to stay within the bounds.
Oh, there's no doubt that you still want to win the basketball game, but there are moments and minutes where their talent takes over, and that's when the show begins.
And James Harden was crowned MVP after last season. Greg, hard to argue with that selection.
Harden has had a case to win an MVP award for several years now. Finally was able to be the clear choice this past season. Another great line on what is shaping up to be a Hall-worthy resume.
Here is Harden. G.Antetokounmpo making his last shot. 4 on the shot clock. Takes a 3. A shot by Anthony, no good. Here's Milwaukee now. Here's Antetokounmpo. Lays it up off the glass. Antetokounmpo's got his second bucket tonight.
Looking more comfortable as time moves on. I think his middle name is Play. That would be Thon Playmaker.
And you know what? You can't get a better screen. Frees him up beautifully, but he just fails to capitalize.
Oh, man, he'd love to have that one back. He just does everything right, but doesn't get the finish.
And there's the call on Giannis Antetokounmpo. That's his first foul. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively, for sure.
Now here's Anthony. Pass to Harden. Over Middleton. And no good. Trying to use the glass. To the middle. Lopez, no luck.
Now, those are the kind of shots you like him taking. Even though he missed it, the offense will take those.
Here's Paul. From down in the low post, it goes.
And the lid's off. They're 1 for 4 to begin this one, but that shot might just get them going.
There's the screen. Middleton outside. And C.Paul picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Lopez outside. Lopez a screen. 5 on the clock. It's tipped. It's stolen by Anthony.
Ooh. Okay. That's how you attack. Wow.
I feel like that was instinctual for MELO, like he's seen it before, able to swipe that ball away.
Pass to Lopez. Back to Antetokounmpo. And Capela sends it back. And the wide open shot from Green. Chance there to take the lead, missing. Down low. Here's Middleton. And again, the Bucks miss. Pass to Green. It's tipped. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Rockets will retain possession.
Yeah, tremendous hustle just to get a hand on that one.
Anticipation, reads the play all the way. So close to a steal.
And taken away by Paul. Here's Green. .56 seconds left in the first quarter. Capela with the bucket. Capela's got his first points in this one.
A fantastic awareness, finishing with ease at the rim, and the defense was just not a factor.
And C.Paul picks up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him.
A little over-aggressive. He's got to dial it back if he wants to stay on the floor. 2 fouls in the first. Tough to overcome.
Here's Snell. And Capela sends it back. Outside Anthony. From the arc. Buries the long-range jumper. Anthony's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. 5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Outside, Antetokounmpo. Just 5 to shoot. Pass to Bledsoe. The Bucks need to get a shot off here. Milwaukee, no good that time either.
Defense has to feel fortunate. Somehow he missed that opportunity, and still, there's no reason for them to give up that kind of open shot.
And Houston calls their first time out of the game. And so here is Houston. Knight for 3. Got it off in time, but it's no good. And that concludes the first quarter of play. Now the second quarter getting ready to start up. And looking at what we've seen from Houston, what do you guys think?
A huge fan of how they have rotated here defensively, been able to challenge multiple shots.
And if you're rotating like that, it's got to be a great line of communication between all 5 guys. You see that reflected on the scores, all that trust showing up with the lead.
Shots good by Bledsoe.
That's pretty encouraging stuff there. Eric Bledsoe draining the three-point shot and looking comfortable doing it.
Eric Bledsoe, Greg, one of the league's best slashers.
Yeah, he gets to the rim with regularity, and he finishes at a high rate, lives at the line. He is a nightmare in the open court.
And Milwaukee has possession. Following the score by Houston. Here's Henson. It's deflected. Here's Tucker. That one, no good. The Bucks go the other way with it. Right side, Antetokounmpo. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. And Brent, you look at Giannis Antetokounmpo's slashing game. Standing, what, maybe a hair under 7 foot tall. How do you even put it into words?
Well, it's hard to imagine a more perfect frame for today's game in terms of getting in transition, having a versatile offensive game, putting it down, getting to the rack. Well, the one thing that we're anxious to see is whether or not Giannis will develop the type of range from the three-point line that makes it respectable. Other than that, he's pretty much unstoppable.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Nene, the screen. To the inside. And Nene with the stuff.
Remarkable pass off that pick and roll from EG there. He might have been able to take that shot, but wisely threaded the needle.
And Bledsoe, here we go. And the shot goes down.
The defender must have felt like he ran into a brick wall right there. Really great screen set to give his teammate the wide open shot.
Milwaukee making a switch here. So many teams switching the pick and roll, and we can see it defensively, what it does. How are offenses countering it?
I think the offense is what they're doing, Kevin, is being selective as to who it is comes out to set the pick. If I'm Steph Curry or I'm Kyrie Irving, and I know there's a big defender guarding my 4-man or my 5-man, I'm going to call that screen up to the top of the key and make sure that I can go at the weaker defender that's guarding either one of my players to gain advantage.
Here's Knight following the basket by B.Lopez. There's Maker. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. The Bucks have made 2 of their previous 3 free throws in today's game. That one drops. He ties it up. Knight with it. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Nene left side. Outside Gordon. Clock at 6. Chris in the post. Over Maker. Can't hit the turnaround jumper.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
And out of bounds as the Rockets gain possession. And the Rockets with possession here. Nene, the screen. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. Knight. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. That's on B.Lopez.
Well, Knight as a decisive guard can be much better than when he's out there thinking through plays.
And that's good as he hits both of his shots.
And what an advantage. You really feel like you can always trust him when he's at the line.
Pass to Middleton. The screen from Brown. 5 to shoot. And here is Lopez, guarded by Tucker. Here's Brown. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. Houston making some changes. Houston in the lead. Harden outside. Parked down low that time, and he got the 3-second call. And 1:01 left in the first half. Pass to Maker. Inside. Lopez, no luck. And so it's Houston with it.
And James Harden, last season's MVP, the runner-up in 2015, actually won the players' vote for MVP that season. But last season, he took home the official hardware. Yeah, nice job of drawing the contact and creating opportunities at the line.
Pass to Connaughton. Middleton with it. Down to 5 on the shot clock. From deep, Green. They grab their own miss. And the call will be against T.Maker. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line.
And not the guy you want to send to the line. He has been automatic.
Well, at this point in his career, C.Paul is all about trying to get that elusive championship or play whatever role it takes to get that mission done.
So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. C.Paul picks up that one. Milwaukee shooting their 6th and 7th free throw attempts tonight.
Yeah, in this quarter, they've had the right approach, driving and drawing, initiating contact, create opportunities, get to the line.
Pass to Capela. And so it's a close game as we wrap up the first half of. And now the start of the second half. Neither side jumping out ahead through the first 2 quarters. Here's Antetokounmpo. Now Maker. Bucks passing it around. Pass to Lopez. To the middle. Here's Antetokounmpo. The Rockets pull it in.
Like the tactics on defense there, refusing to give the shooter the easy layup at the rim.
Screen by Capela. They get a hand on it. It's stolen by Antetokounmpo. Inside. Paul grabs the board.
Well, he's gotten shots up, but they're not finding the rim. The squad's suffering because of it right now, a bit out of rhythm.
Yeah, I love watching Harden be aggressive inside. One of the most efficient scorers in our game.
Here's Antetokounmpo. James Harden picking up that last basket. Now here's Brogdon. He hasn't scored yet. That I'm sure will change. Sinks it from just inside the baseline.
This is a good sign here. Brogdon, under duress, still comes through.
Here's Harden. And here's Anthony for 3. Nailed from three-point land. Anthony's got 6.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agility.
Well, the versatility that Giannis has out there is such a huge advantage to what they can do offensively. Saw that pick and roll well.
For 3, Middleton. It's good from long range. Middleton's got himself on the board with 3 there.
This is the kind of guy that you wake up in a cold sweat the night before you play him. Just a matchup nightmare. Tricky, confident, and he takes on all comers.
Now here's Green. Good D by Lopez. And last season, not the one Brook Lopez wanted to have before heading into free agency.
He just never seemed to find a place with the Lakers and saw his minutes decline as he wasn't in their plans. Averaged a career low in terms of minutes played per game last year. And I think he still's got a lot to offer and should bounce back closer to his all-star level of output.
Well, playmaking and scoring, that's what Giannis is up to here tonight.
Paul goes in. The wide open look here for Anthony. Good, and Paul gets the assist.
And when the D is this non-existent, it's pretty easy for shooters. Fishing with dynamite.
And Milwaukee calls their first time out of the game. Talk about what it means to be a good teammate, Brent. You've played with good ones. You've played with bad ones. I've always thought you were team first when you play.
Well, I appreciate that, Kevin. There's just an idea about what it is that you can contribute to the team. I think you always have to accentuate those ideals. Your approach on a daily basis has to be consistent. And if you're a starting player, it's one mentality. And if you're somebody that plays off the bench, you have to come to practice every day to push the guy that's in front of you and wait for your opportunity. But most of the time, it's that kind of consistency with which you come to work and the attitude of making sure that I want to make any kind of contribution I can for our team's success. That usually is a pretty good formula for a good teammate.
And he's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points. Pass to Tucker. And another 3 for Houston.
defensively, they just look out of sync, not closing out on the threes in time.
Here's Snell. Here's Antetokounmpo. And it's Nene with the rebound. Rockets leading by 3. In the corner, it's Gordon. Nene, the screen. Gordon off the pick. Second shot opportunity. And Nene with the lay-in. Good. Nene's got his second bucket of the game to go.
Look at the intensity of Nene, one of the strongest guys in the game. Phenomenal at scoring the ball inside. Oh, and he went for the two-hander on the slam, using some muscle.
Some urgency from him there, sure. Here's Knight. Pass to Tucker. Gordon a screen. Moves back up. Up off the screen. A nice shot by Tucker.
And not quite as aggressive from outside as they were in the first half. Sticking to the high percentage shots, playing smart with the lead.
See the way Giannis kept going and kept his eye on the basket? That helped.
There's a screen by Chris. Down low. And Chris throws it down.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the two-hand slam. And it's out of bounds. The Bucks able to retain possession here. Unable to get the ball in bounds. They get called for the 5-second violation. And we've watched 3 so far in this one. Houston on top. All right, the fourth quarter of action getting underway. We've had a great one so far with both sides coming to play. Houston leading by 5. And out of bounds as the Bucks gain possession. They double him with Nene. And stolen by Knight. Oh, and a fast break for the Rockets. Stolen. Here's Connaughton. It's rebounded by Houston. Nene, the screen. Tipped away. To the inside. Plenty of space. And it's Gordon getting it to go. Gordon's got the fourth quarter started here with a bucket for Houston. Out to the right wing. There's a good screen. Back to Brogdon. From outside the arc. Knocks down the 3 ball.
Well, everything in sync right now for Brogdon. Nice base, good timing, good release.
And the foul on John Henson. That is his first foul of the game. 1 minute now into this fourth quarter. Nene down low. Here's Chris. And there's the big-time jam, and he slams it right over Maker.
Now that's a fierce attack from Marquise Chris getting to the rim.
When you watch Marquise Chris, Brent, this is a guy who really teases you with his talent, with his athleticism.
Yeah, well, a lot of the highlights for Marquise Chris have the ball being thrown for lobs and Marquise Chris finishing off with big dunks. Interesting thing for him is what position does he play in today's game? Can he become a stretch four, Kevin, to find some minutes and be consistent with knocking down long-range jump shots? The pace of play certainly could help out Marquise Chris with that athleticism that you referred to. Well, the Bucks with a superstar talent in G.Antetokounmpo, the critical decision this summer for selecting a new coach came down to a very qualified one in Mike Budenholzer, and with all the options out there, 9 coaching changes, I think that Bud saw the opportunity in Milwaukee as being a great one to push this team a little bit forward. The talent on the roster tantalizing enough for him to head to Milwaukee after his stint in Atlanta.
Here is Harden following the basket by B.Lopez. There's Green with the 3. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time. And the Rockets lead by 10. Now a timeout called by Milwaukee. And Mike Budenholzer, the 2015 Coach of the Year. 4 titles, Brent, as an assistant in San Antonio. How do you like the fit for him now in Milwaukee?
Well, I think that the players are going to really enjoy the attention to detail that Coach Bud and his entire staff who are coming with him will put into place. There's an efficiency with which they'll get the work done, and they're going to have to be thinking on their feet, learning a new offense and some things fundamentally on defense that he'll get them excited about.
On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Hey guys, well, Mike Budenholzer had some advice for the team during the timeout, and he was emphatic. He said, we are not going to win this game playing this way, fellas. You've got to step it up. You've got to get aggressive, and you've got to battle to get back in this thing. We'll see if that pep talk got them going, guys.
And if they continue, Kevin, their outstanding free throw shooting, that'll help them seal the deal.
Man, that 2003 draft class, just an absolute monster. And Carmelo Anthony, the 3rd pick that year. Think about it, LeBron, Melo, Dwayne Wade, Chris Bosh. Heck, 3 or 4 of those guys played together, but all taken in the first 5 picks. What a great draft that was for the NBA.
And that's a tough call for the refs to make there. I'm not sure it was on the way down, but that's how they saw it.
And he gets it to go as they call the foul. He's on his way to the line for 1 more.
It's contagious. Every guy on the team working to keep this streak alive.
It's so fun when you're rolling like this. You just want it to continue as long as possible. And right now, fingertips are ablaze.
Maker with the ball. Now Anthony defending. Offensive rebound. Antetokounmpo can't get it to go.
And you got to give him credit there. Great effort to contest that shot.
I love the fact that they put the security system on their house, protecting the paint there.
And you know, in that 2003 draft, the Pistons famously picked Darko Milicic over Melo with the 2nd pick.
Yeah, we're all pretty familiar with that, Kevin, at this point. And Melo coming off such a terrific season at Syracuse, where he led the team to the national title as a freshman. And crazy to think, if the Pistons had taken him, I don't know, how many more wins would they have piled up at this point?
Here's Antetokounmpo. The Rockets making the shot. Just 3 to shoot. Middleton. The shot that time, not on target. Good work defensively by Capela.
And guys, what we saw here tonight is one side having everything going for them. Huge margin of victory for the Rockets.
In the end, they had a better shooting percentage, and that's what made the difference. Sometimes, you know, things go your way. The other team wasn't catching many lucky breaks themselves.
Yeah, and Kevin, not all about luck. I thought their overall shot selection was better.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year. And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Carmelo Anthony.
And guys, I just felt he was tremendous tonight. His energy infected his teammates, and the wrecking ball on both ends.
To the paint. Now here's Antetokounmpo after Clint Capela's miss.
Well, great floor awareness, as Antetokounmpo has a sense for when the D has overcommitted or shifted his way, and then he finds where his teammate is open on the floor.
And unfortunately, it's time for them to say night-night.
Well, you'd like to have a rewind button and get a couple plays back, but impossible at this point. Need better execution at times.
And here is Paul. So Houston wins it. A confident win, and one where they clearly showed the greater effort.
Yeah, I mean, it was a solid performance, particularly here at home. And I think they built off that edge of being here and play with just a little more confidence than their opponent.
And that'll do it, folks. For Brent Berry, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge.
Wow.